Jessica, we are live.
Jessica, we are live.
He's robotic us ready, bro. We saw you guys ready. Machila, welcome once again to another Tuesday. Football doesn't end. The World Cup might be over, but to the rest of us, the big teams are playing, and I don't want to be biased. I've disowned Orlando Pirates, I do have to say. And my guests are looking at me like Nyahlaj. But we are streaming live to you from David Mashabela Studios, and brought to you by Ipetwe, where you get way more. Kawana mo Prince Ogatube, I go by PD Jokes, and welcome to Onside, back to Diski, back to Ekasi. And as always, ang hambing iwana ga bona ma Avengers kambu talk phela bakhona bo Captain America bakhona bo Hulk hamba no Pep no Shusha izinja ke ethi mosimnani
100 jam 100
angisakwazi mfana ngiboni kahle
mfana ngithi ngilong receiver nge-outside foot ngiphasa ngabhekanga
yeah
mara World Cup seyiphelile mara yabona ifever ye-World Cup mfethu sasekhona sasha into yami bafana Shusha ntona yami grand boy
amnandi kanjani
nathi nekudala
ngidala enough Mongol skipper sebafana Shusha grand
mnandi nakethathe the Betway Premiership eska usonto umbona lesegazini forever. We can't wait for the new season.
Yeah
Rejwalo
no yanibona chance nisemalilweni. You know it's funny, I was reading a story earlier on the FIFA rankings yabona, so I was checking there who's what who's where manginte bheka bafana's up. Hey niggas, we're up.
26. That's amazing.
Niggas, we up. No, we are 54. We just moved 6 places up.
No, what are we talking about?
The
rankings is the World Cup from number 1.
FIFA World Cup rankings. Not World Cup rankings, but rankings in general. Because Baba updates Monday. So Bafana has gone 6 spots up. And I think that's commendable from the boys. I mean, 6, I don't know which of those 6 teams were above us that we, sort of kind of did the thing.
Now it makes sense why Safa would want to continually coach Hugo Bruce. And they are, by the way, continuing with the coach.
Morocco's 6th in the world.
For an African team.
Yeah, because if I say name me big teams internationally, Germany, Spain, Argentina, Brazil, Portugal, Belgium, Guasan, but then Morocco is there. This is like top 5 almost.
And Morocco in Portugal, because Portugal is number 7 if I'm not mistaken.
And Brazil.
No, Portugal.
It's Portugal.
Makaya, please let me know how excited you are. Which transfer news have you been reading? There's a lot of things going on, but right now we are live and I must. It's Tolama Mike Muff. Listen to it. Yeah.
I must.
Pop filters amasha Ratamakabu orange. Sorry, man, hasn't come but as I say, we are live in studio. Currently we are watching a game, Orlando Pirates, ne?
Al Itthihad.
Yes.
Al Itthihad.
Yeah.
Profile of the team they're playing against. And I thought Benzema used to play for this team.
He used to.
So he used to.
Yeah.
So being wrong.
No, you were not wrong.
Yeah.
N'Golo Kante used to also play for this team.
Yeah.
Both of the players are no longer playing. Yeah. N'Golo Kante has joined Fenerbahce in Turkey, and Benzema is currently playing for Al Hilal.
Yeah.
They will be playing against Mamelodi Sundowns in the preseason friendly on the 24th of July. So we can't expect to see Benzema and N'Golo Kante. However, Fabinho is still here, former Liverpool player. I'm not sure if he's in the starting lineup. Al Itthihad last season is not.
He's not. Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, last season I think they finished 4th, if not 5th, on the log. They just fairly normal side, I would say, because they're not competing for the league in Saudi. So yeah.
I mean, it's a preseason match, and look, to many South Africans who are watching this game, they're obviously watching the champions. Just continuing in the I would say, How am I supposed to speak about Pirates? They are champions. They are defending champions. This is going to happen for the rest of the season. They'll be defending champions until whoever decides to lift it, lifts it. Pep, is that okay with you?
No, I'm very, very comfortable.
Are you comfortable?
Very comfortable.
So let's talk preseason games. These guys have been in tour in Spain, and I think the last game they played, was it a draw?
A 2-1 result.
They came from behind.
Yes.
And it was exceptional. I mean, from the champions. Obviously, now this is the second match. I think it's a stronger opponent.
Yep.
Is it though?
From a technical even from a technical perspective, because you look at pound for pound in terms of player individual quality. Tukunabo Musa Diaby, Fabinho. There's this boy from Morocco who just scored now, Nesri. You know, I don't know a lot of names, but I know they've got a Portuguese centre back there, Pereira as well. That's him on screen now. So from a technical perspective, you can say they are a little bit more superior than the team that they started the preseason with. But if we check Orlando Pirates as well, I think in preseason, the first couple of games, it's always about loading. We saw an opportunity of players like Aboma Silela, players like the President, Aboma Tume Mulai, the young centre back boy as well, who were given an opportunity to load. I think that was the game plan in the first match. Second match, it seems like it's something that is very similar. The only thing that is concerning for me at Orlando Pirates currently, it's the second choice goalkeeper. I saw Sipo Chaine starting most of the matches. I see the boy, Usia, is getting an opportunity. But I think there's a space or a position that Orlando Pirates needs to look at before the start of the season. Maybe
I mean, that's my main question to your point, Neshusha. Like, how important is squad selection with these preseason matches? When as a coach and as what are you looking for more than anything? Are you trying to strengthen the team that you finished the season with, or are you trying to integrate the new players into the season, or maybe adapt? Does Coach Wadu adapt, as a coach, or does he say, what, don't change your winning formula?
I like that you raised that, because in preseason matches, it's not more about the results, but the performance, how the guys are playing, the combinations, trying new combinations. Like Orlando Pirates have just lost Rilebule Mufugeng.
Yeah.
You would want Coach Wadu to maybe find a direct replacement for Rile, or a player that maybe is similar to what Rile was offering to Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
So I think Coach Wadu will just be looking at combinations and maybe trying different style of play. As you know, Orlando Pirates will be competing for the CAF Champions League, something that Coach Wadu said he wants to win the second star for Orlando Pirates. So I think he will be trying more new combinations for the club, and also allowing the new players maybe to adjust, maybe giving them an opportunity to adjust in how Pirates play and how they are, what's expected from them.
Chilla's at home. What do you think of this lineup? What do you guys think of this lineup? And who would you like to see starting? I mean, how many players also have Orlando Pirates brought in already this season? I know there's quite a few. Obviously, you mentioned Amar replacement, Lababa Wenzai.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at okay.
Oh, yeah, no. I was just about to say, for me, it's a combination of everything, right? It's the integration of. Ooh, good chance. It's the integration of the new players, but that's also done not just by the coach, the technical team, but it's also done by the senior players. I think that's why some of the greatest teams are led by senior players. I think also the integrating the technical evolution. Every team needs a certain way of playing, or a certain objective, or you can call it an obsession that they need going into a particular season. And I feel that with the Orlando Pirates, losing important players in key positions. Last season they lost Mbogazi. They had to cover that, of course. Yeah. Now really. So there's that. There's technical evolution. There's Mama Petting that they need to repeat. They need to at least try and score an identical goal. Football, sometimes it's about repetition. So they're looking into those things. Did I count technical evolution, and as well as IDP wabo, the individual player development. I think those are important as well, so that players can improve. If individual players improve, Shisho, the team also becomes better. And I think they've got different objectives this season.
Because now I'm looking at the quality of the players. So if the Betway Premiership is one of the biggest leagues, the biggest league in Africa, and one of the biggest ones in the world, how does Veletina, which is with League 2 type of teams and Saudi League Pro, are those kind of strong competitors compared to Sifuni Barcelona, young tall? Sifuni Real Madrid, ukukura lobani konje? Oh, asmazi. But winning
Club World Cup and FIFA World Cup.
No, okay.
He's the only player in the world.
Young tall. So I mean, do you think if we are the top team in this league, shouldn't we then be playing the big teams that side, or they don't think African teams are worth of our time. Like, as many Aston Villa or Man United, man, this is not strong enough for my tour.
No, things have changed now because I think it's all down to the teams, what they want, you know, because there is an African team, Al Ahly. They will be playing CAF Confed Cup, but they managed to get a preseason match against Barcelona. They'll be playing against Barcelona, you know. So
one thing you show, Pep.
Yeah, but Mamelodi Sundowns just played now with the German team.
And they will be playing against champions of Saudi.
Yeah, Al Hilal. And also sometimes you choose, right, what you want. And sometimes... Ooh, police.
Al Hilal against the champions. The champions is Al Hilal or Al Nasr.
No. Ronaldo won the league last year.
They came second.
So basically, preparation, it depends what you want, right? I think the most important thing, like we spoke, I think it's repeat, and I think the Chileans might say we are saying the same thing. I think the most important thing is Ugloda, making sure that you integrate the new players, tactical evolution, making sure that Amapetins Wako, you're sharpening them. I think what's more important as well is the brotherhood of the players, players having an opportunity to bond, being there together, suffering together. I think for me, the biggest thing for Orlando Pirates this year is of course how they attack each and every single game. I think the attitude is important. Last year, but like every game like a final. I think this year is completely different. So for me, I just want to see the tactical evolution. I want to see a team that is improving on and off the ball. Those are things that I am looking at as a football analyst going into the season. From a result perspective, it's important to win. It's really, really important to win. But is it a priority? No, I don't think it's a priority. Yeah.
So then, position-wise, Gay, which position in this squad or the existing Pirate squad needs a bit more strengthening compared to the other positions?
When you look at the starting lineup, if you are Milford FC, I hope they're watching this game because you could tell that this is the starting 11 that Coach Wadu will be using.
How did he miss
Milford,
that? What?
This is definitely the starting 11. Look at the goalkeeper, Sipo Chaine. He was a regular last season. Nkosinati Sibisi, captain of the team. His combination with Siema. Looking on the left-hand side, there's Ndaba. On the right-hand side, there's Van Rooyen. Players who got minutes last season. There's also Sichen Dooley, if you remember well.
Got injured.
Bandla left back.
Who left back? Ndaba.
Ndaba doesn't push forward. He's not a full back per se. Because look how late he was to that whole play right now.
Coach Wadu prefers him more than Dion Hotto. If you check the numbers last season, Ndaba played more.
They brought in the young boy Uneo, who's going to bring in a different energy. He plays almost similar to a winger. Even in go under 20, sometimes the coach doesn't play him as a left back. They play him as a left winger.
Quality.
He plays almost similar to the boy that go Inter Milan, Utimakato. I think no, that's not his name.
Cucurella.
I think his name is he's blondish in hair.
Yeah.
He brings in an unbelievable cross in the final. He's got that unbelievable quality. I don't know, you guys you'll tell us. I think it's Dimarco. Underrated left back, but I think the boys got quality in terms of the delivery in the final third. But for me, where Pirates needs to improve, Pirates needs cream. Can't batting cream.
Okay.
They can't play without a star boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not saying Tito can't do that, but Tito is a different profile. I think Tito will give them a calm and a control, which is what they need, because they can't play every game emotional. They can't be emotional. They need to control the game at some point. So for me, Tito will give them that ability. Tumbata is an important player for Pirates. But also, I think there's a trick here.
What's the trick?
Pirates coach can't be...
Let's go.
Easy. Pirates have just equalized 26 minutes. It's 1-1. I was about to say important player.
No, I'm just saying he's going to be very important for Pirates.
I mean,
he's going to be very
you make
important.
a valid point. So, man, this
yeah, but again, I was emphasizing the lineup of Orlando Pirates. If you are Milford United, you are looking at this game and saying, this is what we can expect from Orlando Pirates, because Mbata is a player that played more minutes last season. Maswangai, Tito, him and Relay were competing for that position where a lot of people were saying Pirates plays better when Maswangai plays as a 10. And when Relay is there, Maswangai tends to be absent. That was the debate.
So it sounds like Pirates was really stacked in that position as to who could play it. Because, I mean, Mbuyane could play it.
Mbuyane also.
But then he's gone now, obviously. So Pirates, I think they do need to fill that gap with somebody who's really creative.
Yep.
Yes, Inton is as mind, but it's an intense kind of league. I mean, you guys would know. Sometimes the pressure can...
Yeah.
I mean, it took really a season or two for him to show us who he really is. He showed us glimpses in his first, and then by the time he the second, he was still controlling the ball, bullying. I'm a man, you know. So I think Pirates, like you were saying, they do need somebody who's got that quality. But to export or Tolumuntu. They were talking about these rumors, conversations about the Uvid boy conversation.
Yeah.
Would he play in that position? Would he replace Urile? Or they don't play the same position? Or they don't play similar styles?
Yeah, you need a low block breaker. In my opinion, what does it mean? A low block breaker. Manipulate position, unlock defense, manipulate position. Really good in terms of quick feet. Change direction. Change pace in attack, in combination. Take shots outside the box. You need that. You need a
Ngazukuphazamisa hydration break.
It's a new thing.
Hydration break again.
But Spain watch
guys, I'm afraid this is going to be the standard going forward. And you know what? This complaining won't help.
But at least Bonaba is I got 28th minute. It's finally the World Cup.
We're 50 minutes away from the first half, dog. What's the point?
About Gashes Spain. They were saying, the players, I was listening and watching one of their interviews. They were done by Michael Morton. They were complaining about the heat in Spain. And this is the best and recommended country where you can have the best preseason.
Yeah, because humidity. But I actually thought Africa was hotter than other countries, to be fair.
There are parts of Africa. There are parts of it, like in West Africa. I know it gets to the 40, and sometimes 40? And they lie about it. There's some countries where they lie about it. They say, in Twana, it's 36, but it's 42. You know, because they want people to go to work and all of those things. You are not even allowed to go outside. You know, so they would lie about it. But I know that there are African countries where it gets to 42, 40. So yeah.
No, Pirates rotates heavily because I mean with the three, it's a third match. I think that we've seen quite a sufficient amount of rotating players. Coach game time. So I wanted to jump on the lento with Pirates, with the players who are already in the squad, and it's those who are already in the squad, and you have new players coming in who are playing the similar position as you. What goes through your mind as a player who was there last season, but now Sabatengo could potentially, play in your position or even take your spot, man.
When coming to Orlando Pirates, one thing I love about Coach Wadu, he's a coach that believes in hard work, When you show up in training, definitely you'll be given a starting berth to start, And if you don't show up, just expect or you won't play. So now to my message to the new players at Orlando Pirates is they should just work hard, give it their all in training, because that's where everything starts. And if they do, I mean, you can compete. Like Kulmango, Newarabo, I easily see Newarabo working in that lineup. No disrespect to Dion Hoto, no disrespect to Undaba, but for me, Newarabo gives you everything in a left back. Everything. No, okay, because from Super Sports. Super Sports ilamo promoter at an early age.
Yeah.
He played for the juniors national team. He won AFCON. He went to the World Cup, and he just recently signed to Orlando Pirates. He played more minutes. Remember, Happy Mashiane from Kaizer Chiefs. Happy Mashiane went to Siwele FC, competing in the same position as Newarabo, and he never played. The
coach cannot make the mistake last year. Change everything. I think the core team of Orlando Pirates has won him a lot of football games.
Yeah.
And I think what is important as well is reference, right? Reference, but also he needs stability as a coach. You've already built the base. We build the base. You're a coach that plays a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. Mbata has been an integral player for UCM.
But sorry, Lindo. Maukhuluma ngoMbatha, there was a debate last season, if you can remember well, Ngo John Wick and Mbata. There was a debate about Coach Wadu not favoring Mbata, rather preferring to play with John Wick. You remember that position?
Yeah, but it was his first season. Sometimes, just like music, so the songs that touch car to grow onto you.
Yeah.
And there's certain players like that. Mostly sometimes coaches, yes, we rely on tactics, on technical ability, data, analysis, but there's something we rely a lot on instinct sometimes. Sometimes you must feel yourself strong. Prepare lineup, I must be feeling it.
As a coach.
Yeah, forget the stats. There's an action in a small-sided game in training on Friday that convinces you to say, "Ooh, I like last." But
Lindo,
the ways Pumanga corner when we have him in these areas, and in your head, stats says start Mbata. Assistant coach says Mbata will be important because defensive loses. But there's a coach, you feel like John Wick. And sometimes there's certain players that grow at his cart. And for me, Mbata, I did say in the beginning, and last year I said, if Orlando Pirates wins the league, he was an important player in that midfield. And for me, this is why the coach, Namanje, you can see starting lineup side. He's not wanting to change a lot. I think what he will do is to enhance, because they don't want to be a predictable team. Everyone knows how Pirates attacks. Everyone is expecting a Police, a Muremi, a Mahopa. But that's where I think they will bring an element of surprise. Maybe bring in a different winger. Maybe bring in a different number 10 to surprise the opponent. I don't see a lot of changes in the double pivot. I don't see any changes in the two center backs.
Yeah.
Maybe a different fullback for a different quality, maybe a Neo Rapo to surprise the opponent. But I don't see too many changes at Orlando Pirates this season.
Well, just to add on that, not seeing too many changes at Orlando Pirates. If you remember well, last season when Coach Wadu arrived, he preferred to play Mpumelelo Radiopane, one underrated striker that Orlando Pirates has. And he picked him.
They always talking about Val people, bro. The other thing
But I can back it up when I'm talking about Mpumelelo Radiopane. He was a top goal scorer, leading top goal scorer at DDC.
Yeah.
And the record is still standing there. And Coach Wadu, when he arrived at Orlando Pirates, the first forward that he believed in was Mpumelelo Radiopane. But the fans grew impatient with Mpumelelo Radiopane not scoring, and he found himself just falling out of the pecking order at Orlando Pirates. And
I believe in winning right.
What's worse, he got injured and he fell out. Fell out of favor.
Scored 20 goals in the MFC.
26
goals.
26 goals.
Yes.
The record still stands.
Proper strike.
Just to back it up, Bennett Mokoena last season is in Austria now. Coach Miguel Cardoso took him with the team. He's in Austria. He scored 24.
I like
23 or 24 goals.
I like the boy.
No, everywhere, my brother. I'm DOP, I'm camera guy, I'm graphics, get a sound, producer.
Welcome.
You understand? So I need to make sure everything is flowing.
You need a tripod, ne?
Yeah.
Phone.
Yeah.
Hiyo leo shoota ngayama.
Ama icon se pekin le.
Leo shoota ngayama. Amazubidi ngala ma video wakhe.
Ama get ready with me. Ama OOTD. Grootman, welcome. Score man 1-1. If you're just watching from home and you just joined us, we're watching a preseason match between Orlando Pirates and Itthihad. Mina nje lakunama elama ninkhona ngivele ilimi lithi ngithola. And currently score is 1-1. Pirates just equalized, and we are talking about preparation of how important is preseason, which players, where is Pirates lacking, who's supposed to be the star player, you understand? Because if I don't replace some player, I'm not. And also Sundowns is not gonna sit back and watch Orlando Pirates do their thing this season.
Also Napoli.
That's Moremi. That's Moremi.
With the right foot, with that pass, more right. Police on intensive maganje. Police on le intensive.
I'm cooking a couple of songs. Check something upon. kuningifana noMessi kwi-World Cup angimtholi ngisamfuna namanje ngisamfuna
Bethi sifocus kuphethe Premiership.
Monna.
Focus
Bese gazini forever.
indaba ngizama ukukhomba ukuthi namanje ngisayifuna la outlayer na
Sidlulile la.
120 minutes ongangiboni mara fedi Juju otherwise
Good bafethu ninjani bafethu.
Amnandi kanjani Khotman?
sesibuyile ekhaya manje what you saying lithini kazi uzwane estradini phela kudlala team enkulu by the way ngisasupport iPirates
Sapotani.
nothing
Oh, okay.
yeah
It's new. That's good.
yeah ngisasupport Pirates I just
Well done.
He's a broadcaster now.
yeah
Well done.
I think with the rules of broadcasting I've had to learn
Yeah, well
to
done.
know my place.
Welcome to my club.
Because apparently there's favoritism, there's biasness, people speak about that, so I'm gonna focus into this. The only club I support is Liverpool FC and
Besicela lama old school jersey lawa. Wakho lawa ni keepers Pirates.
no, that's work. That's work.
Baningi abantu abangazijabulela. Juju. Baningi abantu abangazijabulela.
Serious.
So Pirates on the counter. Hey,
Okay.
nice.
Proper team, eh?
Wow.
You
But
guys
I
are
think
proper team.
Mamrem.
it's not gonna count.
Mamrem.
It's not gonna count.
Guys look really
Mamrem in
good.
the last game, he scored a goal. A wonderful goal. You could tell that he was at the World Cup, the goal that he scored last
What's
week.
wrong? What went wrong?
And he also assisted.
What's wrong?
After scoring, he assisted a goal.
Oh, it's a chest. Come on, Tito. Well done. Our decision making. Well done,
Nice
Tito.
cutting back, nice cutting
Done,
back.
Tito.
Ngikhumbula the game really played when umntwana shama cut back. But umntwana wongabe unselfish, can ufika lapha shayine that.
You know the one thing I've realized in these two games that you guys have played, ne? In the final third, you guys look very close to each other. Like there's always an option for a shorter pass.
Yeah.
And in that way, it's easier to break an opponent. And Nico too wide.
far wide.
where-
Too wide,
Far
yeah,
post,
yeah.
doing up.
But that's been their strength,
Yeah.
always.
No, but most of the time they would want to depth and width so that they can run behind you. Understand?
Kule
Yeah, but manje they're a little bit more patient. They come inside the midfield so that bazofuna ukudlala. So it's no longer about just pace and speed. We are born with a thought process in terms of how they want to break the opponent, and they keep emphasizing these 1-2s.
Can I ask you, Jen, something? Because now you can chime in on this one. Is there ever a
Okay.
finish?
Okay.
Confidence.
Should have been more.
Okay.
Eh?
That
have been
nice.
4-5,
That was
man.
nice, Makhopa. That was nice.
This
That
is
was nice.
good football.
Can Mahopa score now? Can Mahopa be selfish a little bit now, too? I got this season in Kora 20.
Yeah.
Like in
he's
Kokora
capable.
20.
He's capable.
You know what the thing is
Look
with
at
him?
that.
I
That
think
was a nice
someone
shot.
must tell him, good Sintwana, you miss all the shots you don't take. Someone must just tell him that Ntwana uzomisa. As long as you shoot, uzomisa. I had a question. Yeah.
But I think na preparations, you must give him that courage to say, hey, not maula pe boxing kahlela.
Kahlela.
Because most of the strikers basaba take responsibility ukuthi bazothini mangayimusa. But at the end of the day, we need you to score goals.
Great training ground corner. Okay. So bengifuna ukubuza nina, gents, because obviously you guys have even much deeper knowledge or like questions we buza. Is there a thing where Pauline mhlambe the coach says, hey, gents, anything more than 2 touches is a waste of my time?
No.
Like Pauline, like as I'm a player, touch kakhulu. Let's say coach says, keep your touches to 3, pass to the next player, or so that given a transactional play, or ungalibamba noma how many times you want.
No, you know, in our league, there's space. There's too much
Football is a
space
game
in
of
our league.
moments also.
There is that
Yeah, where
time
you
la
need to play two touch.
umfuna ukuthi lirilizwe ngespeed mhlawumbe siku-counter. But nje normally I don't think there is a coach ozokutshela ukuthi no ungalibambi ibholo.
No, but call coaches. No. There are coaches who are saying, no, I know that maybe you set up a training session that says, Ejimini 2 touch, the 3rd touch is a foul. But I don't think the touch is what you're looking for. I think what you're looking for is critical thinking. You're looking for quick movement.
Yeah.
You are looking for a quick forward pass, quick decision making.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the objective of the session. But I used to hate coaches, even in development, that used to say, Guma player, 2 touch. Yeah. Because it's not realistic to always play 2 touch in football. We need to encourage players to play the moment.
Ile nto ngisho ukuthi it's good session.
Yeah.
A training. You can't do no, we're playing it 3 touch, 2 touch, just to give them that quick thinking as kube session nje yokuthi no ibhola lamba fast. But in reality, in fact, you just making them aware ukuthi fanele release ibhola.
But what PD is saying, I understand what's saying, because if you check at Mamelodi Sundowns, they are one team that one touch too many, man.
Because like Spain,
Shusha and piano, that's Mamelodi Sundowns. And Abalbambi, you won't see Uzwana Abambi Polo for the longest time. Albamba, Funomun, Albamba.
Because I always thought there was maybe
but in general in modern football, Bambi Pola, it's Bambi Pola. Maybe that's what I'm trying to understand. Because if I'm playing the moment, I'm in the final third, and Nipola Lias, I'm opening body to beat the defender and directing it, and I see Pasa Yenzega, but I need an extra touch to drive a little bit inside. Is it a goal? And then keep it through pass. Sometimes that's what I'm saying. It's the moment, you play the moment, but obviously the philosophy.
Can you apply that philosophy to a full-time 90-minute match? Or you just have to instill discipline there and then say, guys, moment is but for majority of the game, for too long, 3 touches, so can't you pick a player, or you slowing the play down, or whatever the case might be.
The principles of the game, sometimes you need to know when to play the counter.
Yeah, again, it depends. You know? It depends on the scoreline. Also, it says a lot. If you want to hold the ball, you check at the score. Maybe you are chasing the game. You can't be, you need to go forward, create opportunities. But when you're leading, you're comfortable on the ball, you can play like Sundowns are ball players. Orlando Pirates recently, last season, I've seen that also. And especially when they're playing in Orlando, they dominate ball position. Ozolfun, and they do play those touches that you're talking about. I'm a 1-2, it moves. Base boxing. Orlando Pirates, first 10 minutes, they make sure that they come at you. And they play the football that you're describing now.
Yeah. Did you... It takes a lot for a club, any club, to win the league in general. I remember when we used to shoot No George, he used to say that for Pirates to win, I remember early on in the season, Batando would say for Pirates to win, they need to win those random Tuesday, Wednesday games against MacG, against Milford, against Kruger. What does it take, for all the teams who are out there right now saying, as in, it's a new season, we are going at it. What does it take for a club would say push until end of the season and also have the dominance that Sundowns had? Because we can learn a thing or two about.
Yes, you tend to try and push it. For the first 5 games, this is what let's make sure we get certain numbers of points.
Yeah,
because the coach who used to calculate most of the time, Kevin Hunt will tell you, the first 10 games. My home games,
that's right.
Ufuna certain points. And then he'll look for that win.
Or the
but
draw.
if it's worse, it's a draw.
If it's worse, it's a draw.
Yeah. And then calculate, he's a happy man.
Yeah.
Of which he'll have a championship winner from Go Super Sport. No matter what winner game first shooting. I don't know the numbers exactly. First 10 games. Get this number of points.
Yeah, but looking at last season, just to add on that, Orlando Pirates started the season very slow. There was a point where Orlando Pirates were sitting second from the bottom, number 15, after losing two games, and their comeback, how they just went on to win the league. I would remember Coach Pitos Musimane's words where he would say, it's not how you start. The league, it's a marathon. It's how you finish. Yeah. And you don't have
but
to
if you didn't start well, how are you going to finish now, bro?
That's what Pirates did. Pirates did that last season.
They didn't start well.
They did not start well.
You guys lost the first
games. Pirates started bad. You were already calling for Coach Wadi.
What do you mean?
Mamela generally in the season.
2 games is bad.
Yes, it's bad because Sundowns doesn't drop.
Start, not like it's
Sundowns
bad.
doesn't
But
lose
we were
2
calling
games.
for the coach to leave already.
I'm no longer supporting Pirates, and I'm being honest.
And the regulars were being benched. People are complaining.
So how did they manage then to win if they started bad? Because I think that's where the lining of my question is going.
No, they won because Sundowns, of course, had their own challenges. Normally, if you look at the Betcha Premiership...
I was going there.
But I need to land. You need to give me an opportunity to land.
But you can't say Pirates performed better because Sundowns were facing
No. I'm saying Pirates deserves to win the league, but I'm
Pirates
saying
just conceded.
Sundowns also had their own challenges. Normally, Sundowns, it's not a team that loses. The maximum is probably 2.
there was a season where they lost the last
game.
the last
and
game,
generally, when you are looking at last season, Orlando Pirates starts the first 2 games and they lose those 2 games. Now you are saying to an Orlando Pirates, you've got the 2 Soweto derbies, you've got a game against Stellenbosch away, you've got a game against Mamelodi Sundowns at Loftus. Those are not guaranteed 3 points. And that's why there was no hope of them winning the league at the time. In the first 3-4 games of the season, it is because you're thinking, MacG season, all the time, what you need to think of when you're looking at Orlando Pirates is there's only 2 teams that have an opportunity to play the derby, and those are 6 points that are not guaranteed.
And that's when you question. Yeah, but
Sundowns can.
Because I remember early on there was a conversation here.
But Sundowns can say when they're looking at their calendar, there are certain points. There are certain points.
What a
another one.
He missed. Yeah, he missed. He missed. I'm sorry, Pepe. I could just finish your train of thought there.
No, I was just saying that tells you that what the coach has done for Orlando Pirates and what those players have done last season, it's exceptional. Because most of the time in a league, mostly with 3 games, league is gone. Normally, mostly with 3 games, the league is gone.
It does then contradict the saying. It doesn't. It's not really about how you start, it's about how you finish.
Yeah.
Because if you're looking at the story of Orlando Pirates, how they started didn't really make us think they might finish
they
on
might
top
finish
of the
the
league.
league, yeah.
So it's sometimes I'm a philosopher lawo mawaza ngalama sayings lawo. Mhlawumbe kuqhuma isnefu nje ngoba sometimes kufana nalo angisho coach B sengisho ukuthi even ucoachile kufana nalo uthi jack of all trades. Kufana nalo uthi jack of all trades but master of none. Because we cut lapho ukuthi lo nsangweni ndo. Because the rest of the saying is jack of all trades, master of none. But it's better than being a master of one.
PD.
You get what I'm saying? So I was
PD. For me, the league. I hear what Lindo Pep is saying about the
valid.
6 points. But for me, the league is not won by beating big teams. Pirates did not win the league by beating Sundowns as they were challenging the league with Sundowns. They were able to beat Kaizer Chiefs. They took 4 points from Kaizer Chiefs.
I mean, as an ex-Pirates supporter,
which is
Kaizer
important.
Chiefs is not really a big team.
Which is very important. The fact that Kaizer Chiefs took points of Sundowns, that is crucial in the Petro Premiership. There's one thing that people are not honest about, and it's a conversation that I've been having for 2 years. The fact that the Sundowns doesn't play the derby. Already that is an advantage. Do you understand? Because for me, when I'm looking at the season, every time when Pirates has to play against Chiefs, I'm always thinking this 6 points is not guaranteed. I can count matches that are not guaranteed at Sundowns. So I can say Stellenbosch away is a very difficult game for Sundowns. I can say Polokwane City away is a very difficult game. Orlando Stadium is a very difficult game. For us, 6 points, 3 points at FNP is not guaranteed for us. And then you're starting to say, all those other points are guaranteed for Sundowns. For Pirates, you're already saying Chiefs, Pirates.
You just never know.
Sundowns, Stellenbosch.
Yep.
So for Pirates, it's very important for them not to drop points, and every point is important.
Yep.
Considering the fact that they're playing against the team Enza, they play 15, they win 15 at home. It's only last season where Enza riding there. So that's why.
So then, to the whole thing. So now, at what point does a club decide to say this is the trophy we are going for, right? So we're looking at the success they've had. They won the treble, and I'm pretty sure they took all those games just as important. But at what point does a club say, picture Arsenal, right, saying, "Ish, we're not doing well with Champions League, but if we save these players for the Premier League because that's what we want more," does that switch happen? Does it change the momentum? How often does it happen in coach? It as in, I think as funa ukuriska intwana yethu for le Nedbank semi-final lena or MTN 8 semi-final lena, asithi uqinisa ngapha because what's important is what we're chasing, which is the league.
It always starts with the ambitions of the club and the missions that they want to accomplish in the season. And every club, when there's 5 cups to be played for, chairman is okjela ukuthi I want to win all 5 cups.
Yeah.
You know, but then comes the coach, as you're saying, coach would rest other players not to play, maybe feature them in the league more than the cups, you know, sacrifice those players. But the reality is, as a coach of any club, you come in a club, you are competing for every cup, you know. You can't come here and say Mamelodi Sundowns wanted to win only the Star. I mean, there was Coach Mangoba. He was let go of Mamelodi Sundowns after losing the Cunning Black Label Cup against MacG. After playing a draw and just losing 1 game in the CAF Champions League group stages. Then they fired him.
Let him go. The standards are high.
Coach Rulani Mokoena could not reach the final of CAF Champions League. They let him go, you know? So when you get to the club, we want to win everything. That's why Wadu now, I saw even a Coxin yake. He has the treble now on his Cox.
It's the assistant coach.
It's the assistant coach.
Yeah, well, it's true. But now remember, now as a team, as a manager, you have also to think.
Makaula. Funa labantu basegroundini dot.
No, man, he ain't doing shit.
Maybe this is old.
It's old.
What's the bigger picture? Because it might happen ukuthi number 7 uyodlala final next week. Ku number 7 uyabona ukuthi noma singawina la masingawina la or sadraw.
Yeah.
Lama player lawa ayi2 lawa if bazothola amakhati or kunama injury nyana or
so we tata per game, not really.
Like naso ubona ukuthi it's hopeless to win the league.
Yeah.
And then you've got Nedbank ilogina nozoidlala.
Yeah.
What's this trophy yokugcina
Nedbank, yeah.
Uzodlala Nedbank.
What
you sacrifice players ukuthi I know laba ungabadlalisi kulokundana.
Yeah.
Kule league game. Because most of they did Sundowns did it umadlala na last game. The following week they were playing in final in Nedbank. Badlalisa ilokundana players were even afraid to kushama tackle because kudlalwa final the next week. And manje mawuku Free State uphetha bodankena olomu sikathulo siyakhala banandaba bona.
So let's talk top 3 then. I'm going to go around the table to ask you gents, like what do you think is either Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates priority for the season? Why do you think those 3 teams are prioritizing each?
To win the top 3. Obviously, I still feel with the league, it's every team's dream. If you put EMTN usebenzile, but the main goal is to have the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll try and push for a league. Moto Bay Trophy 1, well done. But the focus most of the time, my season.
So you're saying
we want the league.
Ipotrum Pirates, Chiefs, Sundowns, the main things. Number 1 is Funi League.
Yeah, Funi League.
And what makes it interesting is that clubs like Kaizer Chiefs, Sekhukhune United, they want to compete in the CAF Champions League, you know, and there's only 2 spots. It's number 1 and number 2. Number 3 and the Nedbank Cup winner will play the CAF Confed Cup. So that's what makes it interesting, that Chiefs also want to be in that conversation of winning the league, you know. I was watching a couple of their preseason matches. The coach comes in. You get with the Cruz. You get a squad that was coming along. They were now starting to gel late in the season. The team that's there now, they haven't made too many signings, and you can tell what he's building up from what was happening last season. They're not bringing in 10 players to say, the Cruz, build your team. Here's your team. No, they say. So,
Untwana Uzera, Chiefs at Untwana Sagbona, welcome, Sharp Fede, still winning league.
Yeah, obviously.
That's what you're saying.
Obviously.
When same as Sundowns, same as Pirates.
Funi League, and also to compete for the CAF Confed Cup.
The main one, I'm asking based on the main one.
The main one is the league.
Second one.
It's the league.
It's the league.
It's the league.
For the 3, you agree with
for the 3, yeah, including Sekhukhune.
Yeah, I think if you don't want to win the league, you have your season's objectives wrong. Yeah, even if you are Sekhukhune United, I think if you are a Kazri, you need to come to the media and say you want to win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's when you start, everybody wants to win the league. I think for me, the biggest achievement in in any team's season is winning the league.
Yeah.
Because there's only one team that for sure can win the league and the Champions League. But the Champions League is completely different compared to the league, you know. The Champions League is about finer details. There's a home and away effect in that space. For sure, that's that element in the league. But the Champions League, that's why Pirates has only won it once in over 31 years.
If you are a Kruger manager,
win the league.
Icon.
No, it's for Kruger. You need to survive.
Let's teach ourselves.
Allow it.
Milford Kruger survival.
Yeah, survival.
Golden Arrows top
Not
8.
even top 8.
No, Golden Arrows are already in the top 8.
No, you
They want
15
now
new
top
signings,
4, top
boys.
5.
15 new signings.
No, you
and
aim
one of
higher.
them, some of them are from these big 3 teams that we just talked about.
No,
Batata from Pirates, Batata from Chiefs, Batata from Kunamalone, Kunanan. I mean,
yeah, sometimes about my chairman, sometimes it's operated at what level. Sometimes you aim for the stars. But we are good to Tropala. But the honest truth, sometimes in South African football, there's chairmen who genuinely want to be in that space because of a phony pressure. Mabate top 8. The following season, they're expected to compete now. You know, they're expected to sign in certain players. And there's chairmen and clubs that just City.
Yeah, just
I'm helping
maintain status.
I'm helping a status and I'm happy you Tonsa, you know, they Abu Ramabu, Deng Tonsabo, and find these gems and group them there like a TS Galaxy, give these boys an opportunity. So you're looking at those teams have been doing very well because in the Petit Premiership as well, we are Chonchi result, right? We've seen it happen so many times. So, but for me,
name drop.
Yeah, guys, no, corruption. I'm saying no. What are you saying? No. The people are gonna misquote me.
Clarify. What are you saying? What are you saying?
I need to say, any team can beat anyone.
Yeah. No, okay.
Yeah, like sometimes you can get away in the PSL as a coach. You go ngata ounce shy Richards Beda, shy Golden now buye go ngata unzima. Uhlanganise 12 points, you know.
Exceeds it to not be at the bottom of the barrel, 100%.
So that can happen in the Premiership. But other than that, for me, there's teams that need to understand and play their role in the Petit Premiership. But I think it's only fair to aim for the stars.
You talked about the big 3 and we mentioned Skukun United. Let's not also leave out Stellenbosch, Kevin Hunt. He's been given powers to sign the players that he wants. He let go of a lot of players at the end of the season. And he's building something special. We know him. Yep. He went from SuperSport United to Bidvest Vets, and they were a powerhouse, competing in Nedbank Cups, won the league even. Yeah. So, Stellenbosch
still capable? Because sometimes it's your past wins that can be your worst nightmare.
No. With Kevin Hunt, he has a style of play. He has a style of play. That's why I'm saying it's important to open a checkbook for a coach to say, get the players that you want. And he went for the players that suits his style of play. Okay. And so that makes him dangerous.
So you're saying Stellenbosch are in the shout to be challenging for top 3 spots?
Coach Kevin Hunt, when he joined Stellenbosch last season, Stellenbosch were fighting relegation. He came, put them in the top 8.
But Stellenbosch have been in the top 3 for the last 2-3 years.
But when Kevin Hunt came...
If he does achieve that, remember also football is a project sport, and also football it has to do with the heritage and that squad, that group of players who Steve who exhausted the maximum performance that he could get from that particular squad. And I think that's why he had to sell certain players. And sometimes in football that happens. After the 3rd season, 4th season, when you've been working with the same players, an element of dropper, and that's why most of the time you would find players looking for a new challenge, a coach new, and that's why Kevin, for me, that I was not surprised that he did well. But team from Daibega,
so then
what it was expected for him to do a good job.
Then I get to question as a football watcher, why then does he not get the jobs for the supposed big 3 then?
He did.
No, the problem is
but Stellenbosch is the perfect job for him.
I think
the checkbook,
it should be suspended. FIFA.
Transfer ban.
So he couldn't sign what he wanted. He had to work.
But he took those players to a CAF Champions League final.
But for me, this is the ideal club for Kevin. And that's why when I'm listening and I'm talking, I spoke about Pirates, I spoke about Sundowns. I said going to Cape Town is going to be difficult. Yeah. I said that is not for everyone. You're going to Cape Town, you're playing against Stellenbosch, it's not a guaranteed 3 points. You're going there to you must leave blood, sweat and tears. Kunabanye kumele bashiye neskin egroundini ukuze baphume right Cape Town.
There was a game Sundowns played against Stelis. What happened where a goal of Mabasa was disallowed? They were late winner, and also Sundowns scored a goal on that game. It was also disallowed. So I'm on Kevin Hunt and fit.
Guys, gonna cause a lot of upset.
Don't underestimate Kevin Hunt.
I remember beginning of last season, I was just having this conversation, and I was asking the boys, I'm like, what do you think Kaizer Chiefs' objectives are for this past season that we just finished now? Because remember, they just finished, I think, 10th that other season. And Opro did say to win the league. So now I'm just like, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think, George, because you used to make me vex. You know what vex is? It's to vex me. It's to make me quat.
Why?
Because then, I said, there's no way we're a big 3 team and we put Mabat, which is my objective to win the league. He said to me at the time, coming from 10th place, the objective is not to win the league, it's to be back in the top 8. It's as a Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah, but it was
as a big club like that, why would then your objective be so of I would say low? Man.
No, but that's the reality, bro. Yeah, you can't finish 10th and want to win the league. You can't.
But then you can't be Man United and finish 10th, and then as an Emery Mbaglet, please get us back to top 8. No, they tell him they about winning Champions League.
But what is the reality? What is the reality?
So do you judge them? Do you judge them on the previous season, or you judge them on the team's history, what the teams are capable of? Because whenever you're versing teams, you always factor in history, last 5 matches, last 5 games, last 5 performances. So your last is always considered we present and going forward.
If we're being realistic, Kaizer Chiefs last season were nowhere near to compete for the league. There was a time where they had a chance. They were so close. They lost 3 games in a row. One of the games were against Mpumelelo Sundowns, where they completely lost the league, because had they won that match, they were going to play Pirates with only being a point behind. But it shows you that they were not yet ready, because the mentality of the players to know that, guys, we are almost there.
Yeah.
Let's just get this 9 points and we are in the conversation of winning the league. But that could not happen, because they finished 10th. And the coaches were just honest that we can't compete for the league. We finished 10th. What we now want is to be there, top 4, top 5. And this season, this is where we say, Chiefs finished 3rd. Now, Coach De Cruz, take us to 1st.
Yeah. I mean, what does it take for a club as big as Kaizer Chiefs to say, one season, we are finishing 10th? But they had quite an incredible run. If you think about it, from finishing 10th the previous season to finishing 3rd,
to winning a cup.
No,
I think I'm a coach with Chiefs.
After how many years?
For the squad, they did well.
Yeah.
I mean, those 2 guys, how they ended the season, the Chiefs. You say to them then 70.
So then
you'd question even why they were not given a contract to say continue.
No. They made the right
coach.
How are they took cards as a head coach.
And when I
Devin City took Ben Yusuf as a coach.
They made the right decision.
How?
We are on my way. With Kukun.
Cedric Kadze.
Yeah, Begaloga Kulum. And I think this first game is against Devin City.
But for me, I'm saying, as a Kaizer Chiefs management, I don't see the reason for them to let go of the coaches who just had a stellar of a season, from finishing 10th with Coach Nabi.
Kaizer Chiefs is a big club to have co-coaches. You can't have a co-coach at an institution like that.
Wow. So Mpumelelo Sundowns is not a big club.
No, for sure, Sundowns is a big club.
But Sundowns started the culture of having co-coaches.
Is it not an assistant coach?
It didn't work.
Is a co-coach not an assistant coach?
No, Sundowns had co-coach, head coach in the co-coaches.
Schooling gets
Nah.
Because this
That thing doesn't work. I don't like it.
No. Explain to me.
It doesn't work. The co-coaching thing doesn't work.
Before you tell me what it is, I need to know.
Go really?
What's the difference?
Mosul.
What's the difference between a co-coach and an assistant coach? So that someone doesn't understand what is Kulumangan like me, so I can understand what is the actual difference.
It's like co-host and a host.
That's the challenge.
No.
That's the challenge.
Okay, explain to me like a 5-year-old.
Okay.
What's the difference between assistant coach? Co-coach.
Co-coach is we take decisions together. One can't have a final say.
So
assistant
No, but at Sundowns, Mangoba had the final say. That's why this thing is contradicting, because the statement says we are bringing both coaches, but Coach Mangoba is going to have the final say.
When he was with Rulani and Steve.
And Steve. That's why when Coach Mangoba lost to Jorge Rivero in the MTN 8, but they did that reshuffle and they said, Rulani number this thing. So that's why I'm saying, even at Sundowns, yes, we won the double that season, the league, and obviously winning a domestic trophy. But I am just saying, for Kaizer Chiefs, they needed a main man. They needed someone to be a main driver.
No,
you can't an institution like Kaizer Chiefs.
It worked for Sundowns. Why can't it work for Kaizer Chiefs? You just said they want a double with their co-coaching system.
So
and now
when
with Chiefs,
telling me
you're
that
saying
they hired two
Kaizer
coaches.
Chiefs can't have co-coaches, but yet it worked.
They already
for
had
Sundowns.
co-coaches.
For so
They
many
had
years.
co-coaches.
It was the first time Kaizer Chiefs do that.
Sundowns was the first as well.
Yeah, I'm
But
saying
Sundowns
it was
had
the
to move
first
away
time
from that.
this past season where Kaizer Chiefs had co-coaches. It has never happened before. It was always a Mamelodi Sundowns culture. We never understood it, how it works. Now Pep is breaking it down. And it worked for Sundowns at some stages. And now coming back to Chiefs, Chiefs had co-coaches who took the team from 10th to 3rd.
Yeah.
Come end of the season, the coaches are being let go. Why can't they continue?
Coaches leave even after winning the CAF Champions League.
True, but why can't these ones continue?
So you're saying now it's going to be done for Kaizer Chiefs?
They came in. They didn't come in as they didn't come in. The coaches came in as assistant coaches.
Yes,
Sometimes,
but they hold qualifications. They have qualifications
for sure.
to be
But that
head
tagline,
coaches.
that tagline, if I'm a net development player, when you come from a certain team, you will always be a development player. They came as assistant coaches. The responsibility to be second, which was their mandate, they will always come in and say, yeah, but that was not realistic.
Are you talking about Coach Steve Compella now?
No, I'm talking about the two co-coaches. That was the mandate last year.
Okay, so are you comparing them to Coach Steve Compella?
I must learn also.
Coach Steve Compella once led teams.
Yeah, Italian. This is land.
You know what I mean? I even forgot my trail of thought. I genuinely forgot my trail of thought.
Oh, to Peggy came analyze, respond.
No, but I'm losing my trail of thought, and I'm
Good.
Oh, I'm saying, but generally the co-coaches at Kaizer Chiefs, yes, they came in, they took them to 3rd. But if you generally look at what was happening in the narrative, remember Kaizer Chiefs also as a brand, as an institution, they care and rightfully so. About things that happen even beyond football. And the co-coaching situation, yes, was successful. Yes, those coaches were given an opportunity. But for me, if you're an institution like Kaizer Chiefs, you need a driver. And the narrative generally is development player, assistant coach, translator. They don't want those taglines. An institution like Kaizer Chiefs, no matter how well they did. You understand? And another thing is, they say, the club says our objectives is CAF Champions League sport. They come in and they say it's not realistic. But a head coach, a proper head coach like Unabi, like a Coach Pito, like any other top coaches, they would come into that position and say, I didn't achieve the club's objective.
Yeah.
I did not. I must report the stats. I must explain why they did not achieve certain things. You know what I mean? But I'm just generally saying that for me, the coaches did well, but in the context of the brand, the institution, where Kaizer Chiefs, remember also, the project of the sporting director is important. He came in 2022 just after losing the final, just after Iraga coach Kevin Hunt. He came in, introduced players like Abomtu. Yeah. Who goes in to assist the goal that wins the sporting director the first trophy of Kaizer Chiefs. Football is project.
Yeah.
It's the investment that you do from development to DDC to Lentuza. That's what Kaizer Chiefs is doing. They're in a different period in their project.
True.
Now it's their time to say, okay, we went 3rd, but what is the objective now? And what are we looking to build towards the next 2 seasons? They are not looking at the fact that these guys took us to 9 to 10. What they are looking at is this is where we should be in our project.
So for Oda Cruz,
this is where we should be.
So for Oda Cruz, his objectives this season is to
qualify for CAF Champions League spots.
Either match where and how we found the club, or you do better.
Qualify for Champions League spots.
Win the league.
I mean,
and they just need 2nd place then.
Qualify for Champions League spots is clear.
Win the league.
Okay,
now the coaches that took the team to 3rd, Bambi, you've got this opportunity to take us further,
and that's winning the league
and winning trophies also. Because they'll throw in. No, we need to win trophies.
Yeah,
Chiefs, we are a big team. We need to have more points than what we did the past season.
So
and
also this is for you, all of you guys.
And also it's important. in the project of the sporting director, he's sitting there and he's the strategist. He's sitting there and he's thinking, in my project, these guys should have achieved this. Tina, we won't understand because we don't sit in those boardrooms.
Yeah.
The level of investment that Kaizer Chiefs has invested in that team, they are sitting there. I'm not talking about me. I'm not the one who makes those decisions. I'm saying they probably sit there and they say to themselves, with the level of investment, these are our objectives this season. And not only just the season, they are looking at the project. They are saying, we brought in these players in the last 4 years. This is what we've improved. We've brought in coaches, we've brought in this, we've brought in that. This is where our project should be. Orlando Pirates, very similar. Last year was their 5th season in that project of the TD. That was the season where Vele, they were expecting to win the league because their project was taking them to that point. Now their project, you're looking at Orlando Pirates and you're saying, in 6 years, if they win the league, they win 5 domestic trophies and the CAF Champions League. You're looking at that project in 6 years and you're starting to say, You're not looking at it season by season because Roger was just winning domestic trophies. Now they won the league. Now you're starting to look at a project holistically.
Yeah.
You're starting to say the investment, the players that they let go, development players, the players that they've promoted, loan systems, performance structures, data, analysts. That's what the club is looking at. The club is not looking at the fact that we are winning week in, week out.
I have a question for you guys, realistically, just to take it a layer even further. So Sibonile Chiefs, I mean, they won silverware for the first time last season, I think after 10 years of just a drought.
The previous season.
In the previous season.
No, yeah. 2024, 2025.
Yeah. So, realistically, mini pola nyazo nganywa libukela, welhamba udlalile, you've played in a derby before, and so forth. Realistically, where do we see Kaizer Chiefs? Are they really going to challenge for the top spot? Okay, team change this and that. Realistically, where do you see Kaizer Chiefs ending up this season? And if you're saying they are going to end up first, what does Kaizer Chiefs need?
Look,
to be able to challenge for the league realistically?
You need to see what's the new coach bringing in. Because we can want as much as we want, but realistically, is the coach that came now with the players that he brought on. Because Mbuyane signing a striker.
No, it's a midfielder. Defensive midfielder. Yeah.
And if the team that is assembling is the team that can compete for him, then the Chiefs and loved before, I think you can still find that Kaizer Chiefs in him, getting more points than what they got the past season.
For me,
do I approach this question, Gue, as a to you as a journalist or as an analyst? Because which one is which? I need to know before Mbuza.
As a journalist.
Okay. No pun intended, but no. Realistically, because I know how South African football fans are. You have an opinion about something, brother, you have to nail the head, nail the nail on the head. Realistically, based on what you've seen, the movements around the club, let's leave the two coaches thing because I'm so confused. Where do you see Kaizer Chiefs landing up and what certain changes they need to do? Just even over and beyond just the squad itself.
Honestly, I'm going to be honest. And my honesty goes back to teams and coaches who have won the league. It's not a coach that just comes in and wins you the league.
Yeah.
For me, why fix it if it's not broken?
So they should have kept the other coach.
That's where my argument is, As much as there's a new coach, as much as there's a new coach coming in, you are a new coach. You just played 3 preseason games. You're about to play your 4th this weekend. And you are seeing a player as in Asanele Velibai. He has scored 2 goals in this preseason. You're looking at your Lebza Maboe. That's a player that performed last season. He's giving you everything that you want in a player, maybe as a coach. But you're sitting there, you're like, I commend Coach Nabi. He was honest when he got to Chiefs. Honestly, I can't perform magic here. The players that I have, I don't think I can win you the league, but I will try.
And that's enough for the boardroom.
No, it's not, bro.
And then he still stayed, though.
He still stayed.
And he took them 3rd. To be fair,
No, he did not. He failed dismally. He did not take them even to the top 8. He did not, That's why I was making a reference when looking at Coach Kevin Hunt. He was given ample of time at SuperSport United, and he delivered, We go back, you look at coaches like Coach Pitso Musimani. When he got to Sundowns, it was not all nice. There was a time where Sundowns fans turned against him because the results were not coming in. But there was a turning point where Coach Pitso Musimani turned things around, started to dominate the league, won the CAF Champions League, played Barcelona. He was there all over.
What changed then, Pep?
Patience.
From your observation,
patience, believing in the man to continue with
how
the
much
work.
time do you give a coach? Because
give a coach a 5-year plan.
Kune team la kuphethe Premiership angazi bina ama coach ayingakho last season.
Chippa United.
You understand? So what does it take then? Because if you're saying, to his point, Pep, that he was given the time, maybe the club itself, they were patient with them until things changed around, right? With Kaizer Chiefs, you've got a coach who put them third, and then you're saying, you know what?
Look, new coaches, season after season. Season after season.
Look, there's different references I can make. I can make 1,000 references with what I'm talking about. I can make 1,000 of them. But he's not wrong with what he's saying. But it's obviously sometimes, with football, it's a little bit challenging, right? Because for me, what I'm thinking, I'm already thinking Orlando Pirates. Orlando Pirates, how many seasons did the coach need?
1.
Why?
In how many?
Why?
In the project?
No, they didn't land. Yeah.
How many years in the project?
Many.
It came in. There was the Zimbabwe project. There was the Jorge Rivero project, right?
And also, mind you, they were always capable of winning other cups, but the main thing, they were not winning.
Kaizer Chiefs, the T-Dips project, Atazwane, Dylan
Is
Shepard,
it still
Kevin
part of that
Johnson,
project? Is it still part
Kevin
of this project?
Johnson,
Yeah.
Kevin Hunt.
not Kevin Hunt, Atazwane, Dylan Shepard, whoever that came after that, Nabi was supposed to give Kaizer Chiefs how many seasons?
3.
2 or 3. He's given them 2. Despite the coaches, that group is giving them 2. Are they not where they're supposed to be?
Oh, the club. I would say I was happy seeing Kaizer Chiefs finishing third because, it's and also I used to celebrate. I used to enjoy watching Kaizer Chiefs years. But because I was a Pirates fan then, but MacG,
what I am trying to learn, I don't want to repeat myself. I said it, people must go 10 minutes before. What I'm trying to say to you is Kaizer Chiefs is exactly where they should be.
Third.
And that's why they let go of the coaches. Because the project needs to take a different direction.
Okay.
For them, the team, the project, the strategy that they implemented to say, for the next 5 years, this is what we want to achieve. They are in the right direction. Because the coaches, they gave the coaches 2-3 years, the coaches served that. And according to them, they delivered the trophy, they got third. Were they successful? For sure, some can say, they were successful. According to the management, maybe not. Right? Because they said, the management says, Itthihad number 2. But I am saying in their project, so they are saying, we bring in a Cruz. Cruz needs to take Kaizer Chiefs to promised land, man. Cruz needs to deliver a trophy early in the season. Not spend the whole year and then win a Nedbank Cup. Cruz needs to deliver in between the MTN 8. He needs to deliver between the Calling Black Label. But also, he needs to dominate football games. Not just win. There's a way in which he needs to win.
Yeah.
That needs to convince not just only the management, but Tinati. To say, oh, hello, Kaizer Chiefs, in the next 2 years, they might genuinely compete against Mamelodi Sundowns. Because the Pirates was about winning league. Before they even catch Mamelodi Sundowns, they were 30 points, 20 points behind the Mamelodi Sundowns, even when they were second. But it's a project. They kept on believing in Jorge Rivero. But when Jorge Rivero, after 3 years, you know what he did? He left.
Okay, so now
because you've maximized what you can bring into the project. You've already served your purpose in the project.
Looking at their preseason then, gents, with the Kaizer Chiefs, they've been on the road as well, just like any other team. Are those results convincing for you? Because they've won none. They've out of 3 that they played. Look, this is another argument I've had with another football lover. In fact, you can't say preseason doesn't matter. Like you can't say, man, shall we preseason? It's preseason. But then again, those matches preseason are actually important to determine what direction you're going. You are testing certain things. Out of 10, what would you rate preseason matches? regardless of the results, because with preseason, it's just the squad that matters. The results don't matter. Out of 10 being the best, 1 being I don't rate it. Where do you rate preseason matches? Just give me a number.
For me, I'm a performance kind of a guy. So for me, your results are secondary.
Yeah.
So they're important,
you
but
rate
they're
it high.
secondary.
Give me a number.
Performance primary.
Give me a
results secondary.
Faye, throw me a number, Pep.
Throw me a number. I don't know.
10. 10 being 100%. It's perfect.
I'd say 5.
How?
I'd say 5.
That's
out
mid,
of 10,
most.
right?
Yeah, that's mid, most.
Yeah, that's like mid. Yeah, for me, results, right?
Yeah.
Performance,
and results.
and also even with performance, subjective. First game, I needed to improve gradually. By maybe the last, because what I'm looking at is the sharpness as well. Maybe the last game before we start the league, even none of us start the league, shusha. Sometimes the first couple of games in the league, shusha, right? We are still looking for sharpness. Still.
Fitness as well.
I mean,
Fitness is very important. Very important.
Partly.
Where do you rate it?
G5,
Give me a number first and then you can expand.
7.
So they're 7 important out of 10.
Yeah. I think firstly, you need to cement your place as a player. Coach Arafana niggas are that confident to say, I've got a team that can compete.
Yeah.
So now if we are there to just play, have fun, ngoba sise Spain.
Yeah.
Instead of getting the result to say, are we ready or do we still need to fix something? Because you preseason, you're going to see if this player that I've brought to the team, are they going to make a difference or not? Because you're into
100%, yeah.
Le striking is signing le manje, is it better than Makupa or not?
Because what wins the league is mainly results, never mind the performance, because you could have
decision-making score.
Yeah. Out of 10, but
I would give it an 8.
You give it an 8, so for you, it's that important.
Yeah, it's important. Hence, I'm worried. When I'm listening to Lindo, how he's raving about Kaizer Chiefs, you know.
Raving how?
I mean, bruh.
Raving how? What do you mean raving?
No, like where Chiefs...
we back, baby, we back!
You're saying, how are you saying Chiefs are where they're supposed to be? If they were they're supposed to be, for me, according to me, they wouldn't have let go of the coaches. You can't let a player like Ulilepo, Godly Lilepo, he's no more.
But those things, they happen in football.
Yeah, they happen. But I'm saying
those things, they happen in football.
That's what matters in this preseason. You need players, like your best players, to be there.
Those things those things, they happen in football where a player... that's why they say nothing is guaranteed in football. You speak to any club, you speak to any coach, they will ask you, you've got a 3-year contract. Are you guaranteed to stay in that football club? The first answer you say is nothing is guaranteed in football. Because tomorrow I can get a call but by phone. So generally, Lilepo moving doesn't do anything to because sometimes football is a profile. So Kaizer Chiefs is thinking 3-4 months ago they knew Lilepo is going, probably because they saw the offer. Don't you think they went through the profiles that are similar to that profile of player to say, if this one goes, there's already 3 options waiting to say, if we have Lilepo, Upili. If Pili refused that deal, Mahlambi. If Mahlambi, that deal doesn't happen, there's another boy already they're looking at. There's 3 options already waiting there. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm saying this thing is a project. Kaizer Chiefs is... that's a big club. I'm sure they're not making emotional decisions. I trust people like Amatiti to not make emotional decisions. That's why I'm saying I might be wrong. People might prove me wrong. I said in the beginning of the season last year, you choose how you want to see Kaizer Chiefs. It's your choice.
Yeah.
I'm a project analyst. It's your choice how you want to look at Kaizer. I think Kaizer Chiefs is improving. And for me, and for me,
it's in your chest fast. My chest fast. I want to Chiefs. Yes. You guys think I don't like Chiefs? These questions.
I'm gonna go out to go the chilla so Jikelo gone.
No, but because
what are they saying?
Because right now it's becoming a Kaizer Chiefs stream more than the other games. And this is not me being biased. Like I told you, I'm clubless in South Africa right now. As of now, the only team I support is Onside.
Bafana.
No, support Onside depend. Support the Onside depend. But the chillas are here. Tepo Sitole has made a comment at from a conversation we had a little while back. The Kaizer Chiefs made the right decision, but releasing the co-coaches and getting a coach, the current coach is familiar with the squad, so I agree with Pep on this one. Okay, lo comment a game, but which means people are actually invested in that conversation, and I can't wait for us to have more of the conversation about the Chiefs. Iskat Masamba.
Yeah.
But back to the subject at hand, the Chillers are noticing the way Pirates is playing. They are going to be a problem next season, despite us currently losing. Right. So from this bad result, from this so-called bad result, someone is seeing how Pirates is going to be competitive next season based on this. So also again, gauging this based on preseason matches. So I was asking all these questions with Mbarete based on how Kaizer Chiefs is performing currently this preseason. I mean, they're on their third game. They've lost 2. They've lost 1, draw 2. They've won 0. Does that add to the storyline? Does that add to the narrative of what we could be expecting from Kaizer Chiefs? Oh, it's too early for the coach, for us to judge a coach.
They come back into the Betway Premiership and they play against Milford. Are you expecting Kaizer Chiefs not to beat Milford?
I expect them to terrorize them, bury them, and also cremate them while they're at it.
Kaizer Chiefs is playing against NFD champions, Kruger United. They won the league straight. It's not an easy side. They new to the league, but it's not an easy side to play against.
So history begins this season. Milford has never played Kaizer Chiefs before.
They've never. My worry again is look at Orlando Pirates. They have.
What do you think?
They have in the Nedbank Cup. They have.
No, Chiefs have played against Milford.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But in the league, no.
But they haven't played against Kruger United.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, look at Orlando Pirates. They've made signings. Most of their signings are in preseason with Orlando Pirates. You look at Kaizer Chiefs. Before they had the coach, they already announced Thabo Mloisane as their first signing. Coach comes in, he gets Thabo Mloisane at the team. They travel together to Spain.
So
Linda Pep mentioned Ufili. Apparently, Chiefs want to sign him. He has not joined Chiefs yet. Chiefs just announced a player today. He will not feature probably on Sunday in the Toyota Cup. Next week, the league kicks off.
The league kicks off. There were interesting signings that Kaizer Chiefs made, and there's a particular player that I was fond of when he used to play for Orlando Pirates, Utabiso. How would you say he was integrated with Kaizer Chiefs? Do you think then as a player who's jumped from one Soweto giant to the next? I can't really go into the career decision-wise, but based on you analysing his game last season, why was he not a regular? Is it a thing about injuries? Is that now going to be, a thing to his game where the injuries might be a nightmare for him? Because I genuinely think he's a good player. I mean, he used to play for under
23.
Yeah, and I mean,
under 20.
as a right back, he cooks. But now, where do we see him?
Look, I think we've seen a lot of players moving from Chiefs to Pirates, Pirates to Chiefs. And they made a difference. And I think Lentwana will come through as long as he can be injury free. He's a great player, in fact. Under 23. You have that thing, when I get a chance, I want to perform. And chance I will achieve there is that position that I can play.
And
now we are
considering.
and the coach are my figure, coach arrange. You want to do your best. And imagine now we are going to know. There is a possibility of getting irregular.
Okay, you wanted to add, boy?
Yeah, I was just saying on Thabiso Mbuyane, I think he has settled in well. Like we've all said, it's just the setbacks of injuries, And for me, Shazu Thabiso, man, he gives you so much on the field, so much options, Thabiso, man, Thabiso is a special player. For Hugo Bruce to even consider him in some games, there was a point where Hugo Bruce, you could not tell him anything. Thabiso Mbuyane always used to be there. But Nico Mobi was the preferred right back. But Thabiso Mbuyane was always there until the injuries happened. And I believe that a team such as Orlando Pirates, they don't just let you go. They don't just let you go.
Yeah.
There's always a reason behind it.
So you think there was what? Was he more of a liability
maybe
to the
challenges
club?
with the injuries? Because Thabiso is quality.
Because Nonda, all of the players, you look at Nda, you look at Libito, all the players that
Sasani also the recent one with injuries.
But they took care of those players, eh?
Yeah, they know, definitely. Even Shevchenko is still there. Dlamini.
He's another player when I'm looking at Pirates. Maybe you don't need a player, Because I was thinking at Sundowns, I'm like, we need a creative player. But Miletu Neo. Even maybe at Pirates, I'm thinking Shenko. You know, he's the perfect player for you guys. You know,
Speaking of Shenko, Coach Rulani Mokoena once made a bold statement. In South Africa, the best 10 is Kabelo Dlamini.
Yeah, but that's because Urile was not in the league at the time.
Urile was in the league. He said it recently.
How recent is recent?
He was still coaching MC Alger.
Let's fact check that one. I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but anyway, I can believe you. If he said that, that sounds like Rulani. It's very much like
because it's running out. It can't be challenged.
No, it can. But I'm just saying that say KP. I love KP. I mean, I would say not a lot of players are more technician like KP in the Premiership. I think they would love him in Barcelona. They would love him in Spain. He's a technician. He's a baller. There's a word that I mentioned. I actually popped out of my word. He's a low block breaker.
Yeah.
Perfect in terms of set piece. Not a lot of players can take shots outside the box, set piece delivery, vision. But obviously how the game is moving, you know, which is what Coach Hugo Bros was saying. Ukabelo spent 10 years at Orlando Pirates and never played Bafana Bafana. That's shocking, considering the fact that Modla Pirates umnyango national team mula. Ukabelo never made it to the national team, but I think it is because Coach Hugo Magafiga. He wants explosiveness, he wants pace, and Ukabelo is a completely different 10. He's an Ozil kind of a 10, you know, a 10 at Tito kind of a 10. So for you to appreciate players like Abu Ukabelo, you need to have deep root here, collective football and understanding that type and that profile of a player. Because for me, and then also, as if I know Messi, ilento besikhuluma no McMahon. Ama-player afana nabo Kabelo mele kwazi ukwafihla must lose lipo, and that's the challenge. They don't have a system to hide him at Pirates.
The wedding is one.
You understand?
Not
because they are playing. The Pirates always compete against the Sundowns, and the league is a transition league. Yeah. So they fail to hide him. You see, if they can, Umesi, when Argentina, they know how to hide Umesi. No, I'm saying like when they don't have the ball, they know how to hide. You need a system. Sometimes, my coach, we create systems to hide players.
Wait. Bokon ngefinal. Le yasevali le ishapa kancane kancane. Akai. Messi is hiding deliberately. Asuka jana ngefinal. Mina ngibheka uMessi ngiyampuna iyastrolla le out. At now it's King PD. He's hiding deliberately.
But we've seen that.
So what's the point of having a player in the field if he's going to hide?
No, Masiti hide. We don't mean hide.
Hide like begging chair.
No, we don't mean.
I think he's there, but he's not involved that much in the game.
Wait, is that gameplay?
That one moment. That one moment.
But that also can also mean without the ball. We put him in situations where he doesn't have defensive responsibilities. So Masiti hide. We must get to lose the ball. There's certain players that have defensive responsibilities to shadow him so that he ends the thing. You understand?
To guard him.
Yeah.
And it's a Spain did to him. It's a Spain did
but Spain him showing a collective football. I'm showing one pali. Spain him showing one pali. You one pali.
Collective football.
Collective football. I'm showing one pali.
Tic-tac.
One pali into Analia.
But he nice.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks. I just got something here. Sorry, guys. We're 76 minutes into the game. It's 2-1, and we went on the game so far. I found something interesting earlier on here.
You see why I'm saying results are not important. Pirates is playing really well.
They're playing well, but yeah.
They're playing really well. And if I am a coach, I am saying to the boys, I'm encouraging them to do that a little bit more. Braver on the ball, creating opportunities from wider area. Goal. There's a goal. Eventually we will score.
Okay, so
eventually we will score.
Wait, so I have to read this to you guys because I think since Vele the news are sort of kind of hot, I need obviously your thoughts. And maybe why. I don't know if it's because these are the host nations, but the teams for the 2030 FIFA World Cup qualifiers, the teams have already qualified for the World Cup. They've already been announced. Do you guys know this?
Please. Teams that have what?
Teams that have already qualified for the 2030 World Cup, my brother.
Qualified how? Because only host nations get automatic qualification.
When I was in X.
No, champions, they don't get automatic qualification.
I was in X.
You're a journalist. You
still need to qualify.
Well, you needed to find that out because the news is out. And I'm going to name you those teams.
30.
How many teams?
I didn't say 24. For the 2030 FIFA World Cup.
How many?
Yeah, I'm naming.
Ubani bengimuzwa athi
2, 4, 6, 8.
Wait, before you read that.
6.
I heard somewhere ngathi bazo increase again.
64 to 64.
No.
Yeah, to 64.
No.
In 2030.
Who's gonna watch all those games?
This is Lesotho manje Gold Cup.
No, but no. Who's gonna watch all those games?
Everyone, dog, with hydration breaks.
No.
With hydration breaks, my brother. Trust me.
Are we fact check it?
I don't know. It's official. It's an official thing. I'm gonna name the teams. I already have them here. So
Official from where?
my brother from FIFA.
Official?
Nah, man, I don't understand because
What do you mean?
don't just qualify for the World Cup. You need to play qualifiers.
There are host qualifiers though.
For only 3.
Impressing.
Okay, but it doesn't matter. Nonetheless, when Morocco is qualified,
Okay.
because obviously, because it's 3 nations that are hosting. Spain is qualified as champions. Portugal, they are hosting.
No, Spain can't qualify as champions.
They're hosts.
How, my brother?
As hosts, yes, but
They
not
already
as champions.
automatically
Double check and
No,
sign.
there's no
I'm
automatic
reading the
qualification
list.
for the World Cup.
I'm reading the list, bro.
There's no,
No, Marie,
no,
Spain, I think they are there
no,
because they are
bro.
the
There's no
hosts.
automatic qualification for
They are the
defending
hosts.
champions.
It's
You
Spain,
only
Portugal.
qualify.
Argentina
as
had to
hosts.
qualify.
Yes, they had to qualify.
My brother, ngeke uphikise ipasi ibhaliwe. Ipasi ithi Argentina is in, Paraguay and Uruguay are in. So what are you thinking?
Paraguay, man. Imagine
Paraguay? Why
Paraguay.
is the particular
brother,
reason?
Imagine Uruguay. They even exited the World Cup at the group stages.
Okay, let me
Why?
read
Wait,
this.
is there a particular reason why? Is there maybe we are the ones who are misinformed?
Yeah.
Like what? Maybe this is an opportunity.
Who's
for us
your
to learn.
source? Who's your source?
No, man, but sometimes you
Who's your source?
FIFA is the source.
FIFA.
Yes.
No, but
On
Philip,
Facebook.
sometimes there is a moment in life where like, okay, maybe this is an opportunity to learn.
Yeah.
I want to understand why Paraguay is there because it would make sense for me to say the
that's-
top 8 best teams in the world.
As journalists, I think that's your guys' job.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm saying now that I'm disputing
I'm a
that.
part-time
There's
journalist.
iyon to ew.
Lo uphikisa uNkulunkulu ukuthi sky siblue.
Iyon to ew.
Awukhonani.
I just checked 2 accounts to FIFA. The first one, FIFA Club, FIFA World Cup. Haona ntwejwa.
Okay, what are you good at, listening or speaking?
Both.
No, which one are you good at?
Listening.
Okay, let's try this now. So, Morocco, Spain, and Portugal submitted a unified cross-continental bid. Right? FIFA officially selected them, obviously, because Bama tournament host.
Yep.
And then there's these other pros because now, remember, we've increased the number of teams that can qualify that are going to play the World Cup. And also, FIFA combined the official tournament hosting rights with 100th anniversary. Don. My brother, as a journalist, mouse katala. Laptop with Mara, the news are out. Those 6 teams have qualified. It will make sense to you, but it won't make sense to you.
So it's 6 in my whole
Wait. It's 6 teams. That's
6
Imagine.
teams.
So okay, leave the host.
6.
There's
Paraguay, Uruguay, and Argentina.
Oh, now I get it.
Oh, now you get
Now
it.
I get it. No, what?
Oh, now you
no,
get it.
you're not
Polisa,
explaining it,
Polisa,
Hanke.
Polisa.
Because the expansion is going to be 64.
I'll mute them all.
Oh, my man.
Mara,
Okay.
you look at the increase of teams in the World Cup is the reason.
So now that means the 3, 2030,
Lomos.
is Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. So FIFA wants also the nation that he mentioned, Paraguay, Uruguay,
Axima South American
and what else?
Argentina.
And Argentina.
To also be host nations. It's not yet confirmed. They want to
It is
expand.
confirmed, bro. I'm talking about something that's confirmed. It's official. Those 6 teams have already
we're talking
qualified.
about
they're
hosting. Now you're confused.
they are
I think
hosts.
you're confusing me now.
They are hosts.
Are we
So
talking
now
about hosting?
All of a sudden, they're hosting now.
Wait.
Come on,
Wait.
Our argument
What are we
was
talking
you
about?
can't play in the
Come
World
on.
Cup without playing qualifiers.
My brother.
Unless you are a host.
Boys, you know what I did
Unless
to
you are a host.
Boys, I have news for you.
6
I have
teams
6
qualified.
teams who already have qualified for the
Already have
2030.
qualified.
But you know what I mean?
As hosts.
But you know what I
They've
look,
qualified as host, all of them.
Yeah. Not qualified or
But how can we host a
Listen,
World
listen,
Cup
listen.
in 2 different
I
continents?
never said as host.
they
I
planning.
never said as host.
They
I just
planning
said
to do that.
There are
They
6
planning to
teams.
do
Or they're planning to host a World Cup in 2 different
64 countries and host it in 6 countries, which is the 6 that he mentioned. So they automatically
Let me
qualify because by host.
Shusha, okay, let's go to as a journalist. Now I'm co-journalism with you. I've done my research because
Okay.
now I've got clippers. I've already have the answers.
Okay.
So are you ready to listen?
I'm listening.
Thank you. Isilungu siza kahle, ngicela translate.
Okay.
For Uruguay, right, who are not the host nation, the reason why they're there is why. Uruguay was given the opening centenary match because they hosted and won the very first World Cup in 1930. Are you satisfied with that answer?
They what?
Okay.
They won the first ever World Cup.
And they what?
My brother,
Hosted. How are you leaving that out?
it's because they hosted.
Thank you. Yeah,
And
you
what?
can
How,
continue.
my brother? But it doesn't qualify. It doesn't disqualify the other point.
So if you have
Wait, let's continue.
you can qualify. You can qualify. Why do you never
No, that is very clear. They are there because they won the first World Cup.
And also remember, there's that 100th celebration ring. So there is a reason behind it, which is what you're refusing to hear.
I'm listening.
Don't refuse.
I'm listening.
Continue.
Are you happy with Uruguay?
Okay, fine, sharp.
You ready for the next
Yeah.
one? Argentina. Argentina was granted one match in recognition of their role as the 1930 tournament runners-up. Happiness?
Why 1930 important is all?
It was the first ever World Cup.
You can stop reading.
Okay, what's the third one? The third one says
I'm
what?
reading
No, it
official-
doesn't make sense,
The
bro.
third one.
Why would you crown?
Paraguay was awarded one match because of their capital city.
No.
Is the historic home of CONMEBOL. I don't know what that means. Let me finish. The only continental football confederation in existence during the 1930 Cup. Right? So now, because these three South American nations are organizing official tournament matches, FIFA made a special rule exemption to award them automatic entries without having to qualify.
Because they are what? Organizing.
It doesn't matter because why. Fact is, they've already qualified.
host too. Our organizer or host. Host to PD.
So unganga host or unganga ba qualify.
Kere batho bao di-
Unganga ing. Unganga ba host or ba qualify.
Kere go wena batho bao ba aba qualify batho bao. Ke di host too.
Emana araba putso,
Ke di host, ke di organizers. They were given these matches because ke di organizers. That makes them the host to Scarona
So we have 6
2010.
hosts.
We
So-
did
so-
not.
So we have 6 hosts.
Nah,
That's what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
So then, what's the
How does
problem
that-
then? So what's your issue with what
No,
I'm saying?
but he's saying that what Shusha is saying, you are saying that they got automatic qualification. So he's saying a team that won the World Cup can't just get the automatic qualification. They still need to qualify. So he's saying they might have qualified because there's a possibility that we might host the World Cup in 2 different continents.
Yeah.
According to what I heard,
Thank
right,
you.
Shusha?
Yes.
That's what you are saying, right?
Yes, man.
And you
And
guys
what
are
you are
shooting the
saying-
messenger for saying there's 6 guys who are already
I
there.
know, I know, I
How
feel-
they got there is not my problem. I'm just giving you the news to say, yo.
So apologize to the Val.
No, you need to apologize.
Apologize to Val.
More than they listen. My mentor once told me this, and when you must go back and download this clip. And this is for Shushabino, especially for him. My mentor told me, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Listen twice as much as you speak. And I take that advice for myself.
Also, when
Because Lina ke bua thata.
and our mamela, when I
Wena
to the
mamela.
point there, mara ya go setse re thotse
Gore ba
point.
qualify jwang, that's not my problem.
Ah, tlamehile
My
o
problem
itse
was-
qualifying.
Tlamehile
o
bese
itse.
ngitsela nge-6 kune 6 esengenile.
Yeah, because
But you host. But that's proper journalism. I think you have a story tomorrow.
Yeah.
You need to
You
work
have
on
a
something.
story.
Yeah.
Say thank you, PD.
Can we know tomorrow what's happening? Can we have clarity, bro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I want clarity.
We
Because
make us valid.
I can't be too late with this thing.
clarity gore fela, the FIFA is working on expanding
Yes.
the FIFA World Cup in 2030. What he's saying is correct. He's not lying. But now taba fela gore, how he put it, gore fela, they
I did say
qualify.
It's interesting to be hosting a World Cup in 2 different continents. So how do we then
Oh, the opening match lo dlala kwa
go
South
Argentina
America.
and then
And then they come back finally to dlala mo
But I do
Morocco.
maybe think maybe they'll give them a match each. Because based on what we just read now, it's on a thing of I don't know it was but it was just interesting for me. We haven't even started qualifiers yet. and 6 niggas are already.
We explain. Maybe
matches.
maybe I may explain how FIFA will do this. So it's Conca World Cup, Conca Kasi World Cup. Yes, Conca, yes, man.
We are promoted, man.
Their format.
Kupala mo pataleng konka.
So their format.
Kupala mo pataleng. And club with you. What's ako valley? I'm gonna put you guys on. He found a reason.
Konka Mosea la Pinville.
Conca Gege Young Pirates. So the nicknames Kama Kosi for life. Yabona ke Conca, yes, man. So what I was saying about Conca is they currently hosting a Kasi World Cup. So this Kasi World Cup is not playing only in the Val. You know, this past weekend it played at Mbuyane. That was the kickoff for the last 8 games. And then the second match, it was played on Sunday. They went to Proteas Lane, you know, to Soweto, from Medval to Soweto.
Yeah.
Now, this coming weekend, Conca is taking the same World Cup to Katlehong, Palm Ridge, and also Lens. So kinana re FIFA e bone go konka maritse ba wetsa
I was about to ask
Banka the same
What is the
strategy.
relevance?
FIFA stole the deck.
baya. So I focus fela
yeah.
mo South
So
Africa
you're saying they stole the deck. If someone found the deck, ya konga
What's going on here?
by email to FIFA bari.
That's always the case.
Yeah, but Velen, the most simplest ideas. It's crazy. You know, I actually just found out. It's crazy who came up with that song actually for Ipetwe song. It's actually
Umlilo?
crazy. Yeah, Umlilo.
Isn't that Zintle song?
It's a Zintle song, but the person who
Decided
decided to have that song, like, it's crazy.
That was
how-
fire.
Yeah, I
and
know.
Zintle's making.
But that was supposed to be a placeholder. That's the story. It was supposed to be a placeholder.
And then it just it
And
makes
it's a
sense.
it's a young editor in the country, very young, like it was young, but
Just 30 seconds pay.
no, it was something maybe a good client and what just placeholder. I'm sure again the same thing. Nagu FIFA no muntu thi.
Na ile nto sifuna.
Here come.
O tlo re gape ke bua lava le ke mtshelo re ka.
Mara when everything you speak always ends up in Val. Every single
But
thing.
we are doing this
Besikhuluma
things.
ngoMessi, you want example ngeweather yaseVal.
But
uMessi uqale Argentina.
But Lindo.
Besikhuluma ngama World Cup teams i6. Bona sibuya sibuye konka. Sesikhohlile ukuthi no bese yasamwe ngiyazaza seVal mina tsaVal na kelencane ntsatsa mara kikhile Val la nthunza. I'll never forget.
Twins of four?
And I'll tell the story for life because
na ke itsebe.
I'll tell the story.
Wona re tswimo ka disk yo.
BK somewhere no ngithi ngiyavakasha engasukudala ndoda my friend sebakhipha izinto khala ama bullet ngasithola ngaphansi kweheater ndoda yabana ama heater lawa ngaka ngathola le heater seyibambe ngiyenze
Bafuna wena?
kanje bangabe abadubulenya esana ukushela amachero abantu
So then
Bayashanga la mawuhlukumeza abantu balenzisa bayashanga la.
Ngaza ngihambe ebusuku angazi mina.
and usathi bengiqeda ukorder mafethi iJemisona ngiqeda ukufika so nabathi pa ubona kwasa ice phezulu chero omunye islima check out and tell the story sinisistufuza lapha manje le couch bengihleli kuyo phela yaflipela kanje ukuthi sicashe so ngihleli kanje sengibona ngeBBL ingwele ebusweni yabona
Uwesong account.
yeah ngawasonga couch ngathambula vele ngenza kanje yabona mangithambula ngacasha yabona so manje ichaos abanye balekele bathroom abanye bala ngaphandle it's a mess bottle is chai kunomunye nje ngoMpumelelo ngathi irreplaceable uthi kimi bari doing some more guys and I can le PD jokes live ku TikTok kanda la ngithi ungazothi PD jokes igama lami kuthulekile la wathi bafuna mina ndo ngiyasukuma ngithi sasevala ngisasithemba into nami engivayithile ngithi ngibiza ngegama Esizo guy silence ngisukume ngikhanda ngithi nation Sizo guy silent an hour later siyahlangana ngithola ngaphandle ngithi ubuya but ngizwile ungibiza ngasimphithi swaka
Lo muntu okuwele uthi kunomuntu okuwele.
yeah umuntu ongwele
Yisiphi isimelo sokucala uzwile?
how's it gonna
Let's get back to watching the game.
was
It's
the smell of-
straight
it
to
was
Al
the smell of
Itthihad.
victory.
It's 1-2 Orlando Pirates.
it has the smell of victory. But gents, any thoughts? Because I mean, obviously, I think Pirates is not going to come back to this match, but.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to watch this game. Amachita Dlalile, you said results over performance. Someone else might think performance over results. Based on this results for the Pirates, we've seen them knock the ball around. We've seen them make some threats. We've seen them in the box of the opposition team. What are your honest thoughts about this performance? And also just to touch on the other guys as well.
now you coach you judging Manju. Do I have enough firepower forward? Is the defense okay? Consider 3 goals for preseason.
Okay.
Are we going to the first game looking at Sikoriwe shoot siya korega? But Pambila score. Kuba matro kuba you 1 goal where you want to change the whole team. Uniges another chance. Maybe they'll give you the other dimension of a game.
Okay.
But yet again, you're not finding it. Have I done enough?
Number 4.
Number 2.
Oh, the 3-2.
Two must go.
Yeah.
Well done. A lot of goals.
And
this
then
season.
I'm
Well done.
Makopa winner.
But that's what I'm
We just
saying.
needed that. Well done, boy.
But they've been doing very well. They've been probing and probing. They've been coming.
You're looking at are we doing enough to fear boxing?
Butuma always gets this ball, and I'm so happy that he finally scored. You know, I'm so happy that he finally scored because just the past season he was always receiving such balls, you know, and this is gonna boost his confidence, you know. But going to Pirates, I think, well, I'm not so convinced. There's important words that Coach Wadu said when the season ended, when they just had lifted the Betway Premiership trophy. He said, this season to compete for the CAF Champions League, because that's what Pirates want most, the CAF Champions League. We need a big defender. We need a big striker. What Mamelodi Sundowns are doing, going into the market, South Americans. I'm not saying South Africans can't win the CAF Champions League, you know. I'm not saying that. But at Pirates, you can see it's a culture. They believe more in local players, you know. And Coach Wadu was not against that, but he asked the management to get him a big defender, a big striker. And that's what I'm seeing here. That, no, okay, Pirates are still good. They can still score, but they're conceding goals. What Coach Wadu said last season, that we need a big striker, we need a big defender. Because when you play in Africa, you're facing big guys. Look at that Mukoko guy, what he did. It was intimidating Orlando Pirates players, you know. And when he got to Sundowns, he struggled a bit to do that.
Coach Peter would say, he's a Champions League player.
Thank you.
And he's a Champions League player.
Thank
Can
you.
we get beats on the show, guys?
Champions League
Management.
player.
Thank you. So for me, I think now that Orlando Pirates are preparing for the first game next season, in the league, I see them dominating still. But coming to Africa and playing against Sundowns next season, I think it's going to be tough.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
Pep, your thoughts, your observations, your opinion, your final take, man.
Yeah, man. I think I agree in Shushi, you know. I think he mentions a lot of important factors with regards to where to improve the team at this present moment in time. I think from a tactical evolution, I think you can see a team that wants to press high. You can see a team that, Shilo, in the first half, they played closer together. So there's a lot of relationism in terms of short passes. You can see that the best way to break them is to at least and you can see a team that is confident, whether they are playing against Al-Feti or they're playing against Itthihad, or they are looking to dominate position. And that's the tactical evolution. The integration of the new players, Padime comes in with an assist. I think that will give him confidence. So for me, I think what Ntwana Mushusha is very important what he's mentioning, and I think he was asking is mentioning important things, because Pirates now is looking at the fact that yes, we want to dominate.
Coach.
Coach.
For the preseason, you know, getting different results, but there are good choice for the guys at the end.
Yes, I think the result is not the reflection of the contents. I can say that I was really happy about the contents of the two teams, because there is one team that played 60 minutes and the other one 30 minutes, and I think we started the game quite low in terms of intensity. Again, we conceded that goal. After we came back quickly, I think we had a really, really interesting movement in the last third in terms of chance creation. I think Pirate was spot on today. The way that we want to keep the ball, to be dominant with the ball, I think we were really spot on. And after, of course, you know, we are in the preparation. We know that we still have to work some areas, and in that area we need really to find back our strength defensively, because it's an area where we've been very strong last season, and now we've been since every game we've been conceding goals. So it's an area that we have to strengthen. Yeah, but overall, in terms of physicality, the team is coming very close to the intensity that we want, and in that area I'm very happy.
Final question, how
Super
was
intense.
the preseason so far? I mean, halfway stage.
I mean, we can pick up what he's saying.
One draw, one win, one loss. How's it looking like so far?
No, very positive, very positive. If we take the whole preparation and the contents to integrate the new players as well, the young players, you know that we had to manage as well our international players who were in the World Cup. So we need to bring them step by step to the competition. But overall, it was really interesting. But we didn't finish. We still have 2 games.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Interesting words from the coach there, talking about the integration of players. But yeah, you were at the tail end of your statement before coach was saying, or you want to just finish off by adding to what he was saying there?
Yeah, no, for me, I think for me that's the thing that I was looking at, the integration of the new players. I think it's going to, I don't want to sound like a break-in record, but I think the tactical evolution, I think it's something that we need to emphasize, because Orlando Pirates has already won the league, and they need to surprise the opponent. And I think from a technical perspective, sometimes I think that's what maybe they are working on in training. But I think I want to go back to what the coach has said, and that's what Ushushi was saying. Going back to being dominant in defense. Maybe a taller centre back. I genuinely believe now that I think they need one more centre back.
I have an idea.
Who can help them in the Champions League, but also in the domestic league, I think. I think with a tall striker, they do have a profile. What I would say is they need to improve their creative department. I think that creative department lacks 1 or 2 genuinely special players who can make a difference. But other than that, I think that for me, Orlando Pirates is already a strong team. For them to go to the next level, they just need to build a team that can compete in the CAF Champions League. Other than that,
Missing out on Ndlovu.
Yeah, it was a big one. Yeah, it was a big one. But,
unlucky.
But they can surprise us in the market. I was expecting.
But there's also this boy, Ngwatu.
Yep. But you know who would have been the perfect player for me at Parana? And I was shocked when teams let him go in the Premiership. And I used to watch him good development. Was Rowan Human. For me, Rowan Human would have been the perfect player now. You know, almost, maybe not a relay, but I think, he would have helped Pirates.
Juju? I was Valele when I will go in the lectures. So I want to hear what you have to say.
No, I mean the new guys need to adapt. Pirates is not. It's just not a team Leofika who excel. You have to understand the culture. Gradually, be that player. It was when a trust go. Because now when first came, I'm not too First game. I think after preseason we're playing Bumafikeng, top charity, Telkom Charity Cup, and then you go to the league. First game you Lala Iloginan, the SAA Cup, SAA Cup. Super Sport and Shy. Now the players who sign you with pay them. You have that tech. You go to Tengi Willow.
Yeah.
Necessarily vulnerable team. You've got the players around you who have been there, who have won the jersey. Now if you pull up a Masogis.
But I know 18.
In fact, you need to understand 18 those they are players who are special.
And I like that you mentioned that. I've seen Orlando Pirates being the only team doing that. I stand to be corrected, but I've seen once Orlando Pirates sign new players, they have a gala dinner or a team building with the legends. You know, it helps just to make them feel welcomed at home, you know.
The challenge whether mama, former players, you'll always surround yourself amongst those people. And the respect you give to them. Not the cold shoulders. I'm going to have my headset to without understanding recruitment maybe jealous something is and of which those are some of the talks that you have nama player generally also zakuwa genuine ukuthi no so right recruitment kunjani bingelele nje ngenhlonipho ukuthi no hey lo muntu phela udlalile kule team but there are those ukuthi laba badlala ekuqala sekuyithi
ba Chelta khala isabeka
yabona so you understand it, but
What's his
there's
fixture?
always you win you want, and now you need to understand.
His parents playing tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Friday, bro.
Really?
It's gonna be very interesting.
Conceded how many goals?
So you have to understand.
Scored
Ukuthi
many
siyakorela,
goals.
siyakorela, siyakorela.
Scored 4, conceded 6.
Siyaconcede.
What time is that game tomorrow? That's interesting. So that's why you see performance. That's why there's players who played 60 and there's players who played 30. So tomorrow morning it's 60-30.
Yeah.
30. Well, interesting stuff. Chillers at home, please continue the conversation with us on our social media platforms. You can check us on Instagram, check us here on YouTube and Facebook, and also follow the cheaters on their social media platforms. Your accounts are
At Lindo Pep.
Lindo Pep. I'm gonna try and put everyone on because I keep forgetting with ish. Please. We own the podcast and chill. Now for who's fucking what's your social media platforms? Bro?
Instagram at Shushabino_26. Facebook Bongani Shushabino Mtimkulu. TikTok Tsadi Papadi Li Shushabino. And Twitter, I'm not on Twitter.
Okay. Chuchu, when I contact in 3 days, can't you? 3 days. Chuchu, I'm telling you, I'm New accept next week.
Thulasizwe Mbuyane. That's
Thulasizwe
both
Mbuyane on
Facebook and Instagram.
On social media platforms. Like I said, guys, we always love hearing from you. We love it when you guys tag us on all these platforms, on a clip, on a story. Send it to us. If you have something that you want us to talk about, please let us know. You can DM me. I'm Petey Jokes on all social media platforms, _ TikTok. But nonetheless, that's it for us for preseason wrap. Orlando Pirates is still playing a match tomorrow and Friday as well. So we're looking forward to that. Let me know where you think your team is going to come through. I think on the next time we meet up, gents, we're going to be rating the new kids for the next season. So make sure that you have a look and let's have a conversation around the kids, which teams are attaching what sponsors, and what other money moves are happening in the league. Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right. From us, Yago on side, back to Tiski, back to Ekai. Okay, wait.
No, Negere Sundowns is 1-1.
Chill, mos.
Oh, chill.
My crew favor Sundowns. So now I know very well, like this thing, Rotodula Mamba. Definitely not Takovala. Yeah, but nonetheless, guys, please make sure that you enjoy football. The World Cup is over. We're tired of the princess. I hate watching Argentina, and it was successful. It's been a boy, Petey Jokes. As always, Tanko means thank you, Siru means curfew, and Petwe means the league is starting on the 1st of August, so tune in. Bye!
Yeah, boy.